Yeah! Antifa! Wow!
Hi everyone, this is Jeff of Tau Flare Mouse. Here's another slug you've never heard of before. This is called the Heavy Hitter. And these are so new, they're still in the prototype stage. These aren't even the final design. I want to thank Che Cook for sending us some of these to test out so we could show you guys what they do. You'll notice the very fine finish. That's because they're die cast using a hydraulic press. The design uses 6 slightly canted fins, which is supposed to help spin the slug a little bit and stabilize it in flight. It also has a copper rifling band to help reduce lead fouling in your barrel. Looking down the hollow point, we see a large cavity, but down inside there is something called the hydro guide point, and that's supposed to help with the expansion when it hits a soft target. Now the closest thing we've ever tested that even resembles this slug is a Russian slug called the Vyatka. It also has the 6 canted fins, but it has an attached wadding on it. It is a much lighter slug. It doesn't have the hollow point or the copper rifling band on it. Now these are a very heavy slug, weighing in at a monstrous 671 grains, or 1.53 ounces, and that's over 1.5 times the weight of an ordinary 1-ounce Foster slug. And for the rest of the world using the metric system, that's 43.5 grams. The Russian vodka slug, by comparison, weighs 33.5 grams. That's still over 5 grams heavier than a Foster slug. Now this is the card I got with the slugs. It's got a pretty cool artwork on there. It'd make a pretty cool tattoo. I was able to speak with the inventor of the slug, whose name is Jerry Lindquist. He goes by the nickname of Link. Now he's still tweaking the design a little bit, trying to get the accuracy a little better, and hopefully he'll have these for sale very soon. The sample lot that we got are loaded to achieve a velocity of 1,300 feet per second. At that velocity, we'll be able to achieve 2,518 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. Often comparing one slug to another, especially when you have different weights and different velocities, it's like comparing apples to oranges. However, our 1-ounce Foster slug traveling at 1,600 feet per second is going to deliver 2,484 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. Now, since we have that large cavity inside these slugs, it was suggested to us that we fill these full of black powder and put either a primer or a 22 nail gun blank in there. While my initial thought was this has to be illegal, however, looking at the ATF website, a destructive device has to have over 1/4 ounce of charge in it. These only have a pinch, maybe a gram of charge in it, so we're going to try those too. So let's get out to the range and see how these beautiful slugs function.
Welcome back, Tau Flater folks. Hey, Officer Greg and Jeff out here with you again on a nice warm California day. We're moving into summer pretty quickly here in California. 86 degrees out here today, which I believe is like 150 degrees for you Europeans. I think it's actually about 30 Celsius. However, nice warm day. Hey, today we're out here trying the Heavy Hitter. We're going to be smacking the Heavy Hitter downrange, made by Lynx slugs up in the Great Pacific Northwest. Jerry sent these down. We're going to try a couple of different versions of these, and we're going to give them a try first through the old Weatherby PA459 through a cylinder bore. And as you might be able to tell downrange, Doug is all tacticaled out. So let's give Doug a good wallop. Let me show you its features. Wow! That had a good thump. Wow!
I was told by Jerry, the maker of the slugs themselves, that these do not perform very well with a cylinder bore shotgun. But we wanted to show it anyway because a lot of people have cylinder bore shotguns. As we get a little closer and it comes into focus, we can see that the slug is kind of out of control and hits the Kevlar vest sideways. So definitely this was a poorly performing slug because of how we shot it. Okay, are you convinced you need to adjust your scope a little bit?
Oddly, my scope is dead on because I was running it at the range the other day firing slugs. So the red dot is actually on. This could have been my pull to the left. So we'll try that again. But
always
You're always to the left.
I know.
Leftist.
But that hit Doug with a little bit of thump there, and I can actually feel the round buried in here. Or the, man, that thing's heavy.
It looks like it didn't hit.
Nose in.
Looks like it hit backwards. And that's, again, he said that, he said, you know, shoot it through a full choke, full rifled barrel, or rifled choke tube. So
okay.
We'll probably see that thing flying kind of wonky through the air. So let's put the rifled choke on there and see how that performs. Fire!
Oof. Woo! I was promising recoil, and recoil I have received. Oof. Doug is your Antifa lover. We call him the Yellow Wolf. We don't know why. It's better than Yellow Mist. All right, so this time we were aiming for the blue tape, and this time it carried just slightly right, half an inch. So unknown if that's the shooter's error or the round, but that was through a rifled choke, or paradox choke.
Let's see if there's a difference in the damage on this one.
Wow, look at that thing. Still hot. Still stuck in all the Kevlar fibers.
Oh, wow.
Still very slightly.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, and heavy.
Okay,
That thing weighs like a Toyota Corolla right there.
So that's the base of it. You can see the fins, the copper band. So that one, and there's some material stuck in the hollow point. Oop, that'd be nice if I could.
But that one appears to have flown mostly nose first.
Yeah, so there's a difference. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, use a choke, folks.
Or he said a full choke. He needs to go.
Oh, okay.
It's soft enough that it'll squeeze through a choke. He designed it for safety and all that.
Okay, let's look at the Chronos high-speed camera. This is about 4,000 frames a second. We can see that the slug is rotating, but we also see the wadding stuck to the slug. You don't want that to happen. You want a good, clean release from the wadding. The slug should release and not be influenced by the wadding at all. Now, despite that, it did hit nose first. It was flying straight through the air, and it was relatively close to our target.
So the heavy hitters came to us with a hollow cavity. However, the one we're going to fire at Doug this time has a shotgun primer tucked into it. So we're going to see if we can get an exploding shell. And before anyone asks, we cannot shoot these at night. Slow-mo camera does not work at night.
It doesn't even work in the overcast very well.
And we certainly wouldn't be responsible and safe to shoot out here at night.
No.
We wouldn't be able to see that pickup that's downrange behind us.
Yeah. Fire!
All right, here we go. Blue tape. Oh, wow. Here we go. Blue tape. Oh, wow. Cracked open this vest carrier to find a burn hole. Nice job, burn hole.
Yeah, it's not just black stuff from the... It's definitely a different type of impact.
Nothing in the back. Yeah, there's the 3 different hits. That's definitely different.
I think that thing had actually gone off.
Smells like death and destruction. Tell you what, look at all that burned residue around there.
Yeah, that would be an ugly belly wound there.
And folks, you can't see this at home, but this thing is way hotter than those 2 rounds were.
Ow.
That thing
You ain't kidding.
You can't even touch it.
Ow. Ooh. Yeah, that thing's about 250 degrees.
Oof.
Need some priors.
Yeah, it smells like 250 degrees, maybe 275.
Yeah. Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. However, the impact was about the same. Look at that pattern.
Yeah, you see the base of the slug. Oh yeah, look at that. So that opened that slug up, blew it open the side. You can still see the primer. The primer is still there.
Yeah, look at that.
So apparently you don't need a BB on the tip of it. Just that impact's gonna, it's gonna go off no matter what. There wasn't that much black powder in there.
That's what we call a secondary explosion.
Yep.
Now this shot, we see something a little different. We see very good performance, good rotation, because it's going through that rifled choke tube, which gives a little bit of a spin. And accuracy wasn't too bad. We saw a little explosion from our primer and black powder. Not as much as I was hoping, but still kind of cool. I certainly wouldn't want to be hit by something like that.
rifled choke, correct?
Yep, I'm ready.
Ooh. All right, so aiming for dead center of the bear's belly, and that was not too far off.
We were close too, but
inside, yeah, we were much closer. This is only about 75 yards, 75 YouTube yards. So inside, exit wound. On bear number 2, he took it a little lower, and we peeled him open, and we're able to find right in here.
oh, another wadding. I think he may not. You know, that's interesting.
That almost made it out the back.
And then it looked like it skimmed across the table.
Yeah, he shot it out of his butt, this bear, and then it zapped your fine yard sale table.
Yep. Dang it. My wife's gonna be mad.
How are you gonna have Thanksgiving now?
I know. In the garage.
Now this shot was filmed at 17,000 frames a second at about a 45-degree angle, so we could see the slug coming in, strike the first one, and strike the second one, and look at that, bouncing and dragging its way over the top of that plastic table. Let's watch that again, sped up quite a bit, just so you can see the full picture. Just for the record, this was just a stock slug, no modifications, no primers or 22 blanks or anything like that. But we wanted to get a comparison and then shoot it again with one of the exploding shotgun shells.
The 22 primer
22
exploding shell.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's see if gummy bears will set that
I'm
off.
gonna have to ask everyone not to smoke around this test, so we don't get any explosions, premature
Yep.
explosions.
Oh.
That can happen after you're 40.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, man. There was a splash. I didn't catch it in time, but you can see the
ripple out there?
yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
There was a splash.
At 17,000 frames a second, again, we see the slug hitting the first one, the second one, we see a little flash maybe right there, I'm not sure. But no explosion or anything like that. But we did see the wadding stuck again to the slug. And it took going through the second one before it even knocked the wadding off the slug.
Try for the forehead between the eyes.
Okay, whatever, just hit it, damn it.
Ready?
Fire!
Oh, goodness. This piece is still flopping down. Plop, 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 plop.
Can't tell a whole lot what's going on with the slug at this speed, but it was a nice dead center hit, and you get your best watermelon explosions when you do get a center shot like that. And these 1.5 ounce slugs just carry a lot of energy and just almost vaporize that watermelon. That was a cool shot.
Will 17 layers of drywall protect you in a home defense situation? Fire!
Oh, wow.
Fire! Okay, I knew we should have numbered them, darn it.
What's up, guys? Today we are shooting 17 layers of drywall. Rico, get out of here. We got small holes in the front. Obviously it opens up as it drags more material with it. These guys here in the very back barely broke through. And this one appears to be the last one. It just karate chopped that thing but didn't actually puncture.
Wow. Perfect number.
But we can say that it punched a hole through 16 of these layers.
Or 8 walls. Interior walls.
Yeah, if you live in Amsterdam, you could build your house with this and down in the red light.
People always want us to shoot drywall, so there you go. 17 layers of drywall, and drywall doesn't stop anything. You could throw a pencil through a drywall. Europe is laughing at us because they build their houses out of rocks and trees or something like that. And it only took me like an hour to cut all those pieces of drywall up, so it's always nice to have a target that you could reuse again, but not in this case. So what will this do to the tactical engine? Greg got us a new lawnmower engine.
Fire!
Ready?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Aiming for the spark plug, smacked right there. But I think our spark plug is still good.
There's lead and all kinds of stuff down in there. That's a kind of a solid part. If he would have hit just up here where it's a little more hollow,
Yeah.
make a difference. But yeah, it would have stopped that engine.
So just for folks who are watching, this is an actual engine from a Fiat Panda. I think that's actual size.
I don't know what a Fiat Panda is.
The Fiat 500 here in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Another exploding slug. This one's flying a little bit wonky. I think there's a release problem with those waddings. But look at this. I was hoping for bigger, more powerful explosions, but honestly, we couldn't even tell they were doing anything when we were shooting them. It's like, did it blow up? I don't know.
Fire! Man. Missed.
A soapy mist.
Yeah.
Now, when we were filming this, we didn't know what the slugs were doing. And this slug, once again, was flying a little bit wonky. It turned kind of nose down before it hit. These things are definitely hanging up on that soft plastic wadding. Maybe one of those nitro cards between the wadding and the slug can fix all that problem.
You got time to breathe, you got time to shoot. Go ahead.
Geyser shoot straight up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And again, if the slug is not flying aerodynamically sound, it's not going to be as accurate. Now that's how you shoot pots. You fill them with water.
Giant trailer hitch. Fire!
Ping.
That must be a thick side there.
Yeah.
Hitch. Fire!
Now in this shot, everything was looking pretty good. The slug is rotating, and then it starts yawing a little bit, and it hits kind of sideways. That's another exploding slug, by the way. You see a little flash when it hit.
35-yard accuracy test. Fire!
Wow.
Fire!
I was just, for distance, I was holding here.
Okay. Like anything, you need to shoot a few groups until you figure
Yeah.
out where the slug's going. But
Yeah, but I
not
don't think
bad at all.
I don't think the laser dot is as far to the left. I think maybe I was pulling it, or some of the rounds were going wonky.
Yeah, that's a 6-inch circle there. That green circle is
Blue in color.
that blue circle.
I mean, boom.
It's not too bad. That would have taken a hog.
This was about 35 yards, or just a little over 30 meters. We see the wadding still attached to the slug. And bear in mind, these are prototypes. We're trying to take these shots with a high-speed camera, show them to Jerry so that he can tweak his design and come up with a very good and well-performing slug once he starts marketing these. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thanks for coming along for the ride.